So, yeah, if you do all your homework and you have a free assignment class, you can just put, not on the whole quiz. Sorry, that was misleading. It's a free question. Yeah. Well, think about it. If you select enough assignment passes, you can get. As long as each question's worth 4 points, it's equivalent. I try to give you equivalent. No. You staple it to your quiz, and I'll put the grade in, and then I'll add 4 points to your total. Yes. Staple them all on there. You can give me homework classes at the end of the quarter and ask me to put them in. I'll put them in, and I put them in anywhere. The whole grade book is a point system, so it's just 4 points into your grade. So Friday we played a game. So people who won the game got them. It's mostly 3 games. Yeah. Yeah, people mostly hate that game because it is about luck. But the thing is, like in a game like Kahoo or like a quizzes game, the students who usually work the most quickly and most accurately will get the assignment pass. So in a game like we did Friday, where it's more about luck, it really does give kind of more people a chance to win an assignment pass. So. We didn't. We did like a matching game. Yeah. There's actually a lot of people not here. Yeah. Yeah, let's get started on the quiz review. I'll just start it right now up here on the screen. It's page 484. Let's go. If you have a question about your project grade, let me know. Oh wait, there is an option. Yeah, for junk mail. Oh yeah. Blue. Yeah, if you brought in this one, you did. So those points still gotta go in. Oh, I do. I forgot to check on that. Bro. Because I thought she would. What's an easy 100? Yeah. Dude, I thought you checked this. What? Do you have like a schedule for putting in homework? Together.
Yeah, like I go like this, they can get you.
It's just as long as your face is in it, you can't be the back of head, side of head.
Yeah, it's like I go like this at home.
I literally was on the bathroom couch with my head inside of my shirt. Max, just make sure it's the one that was.
Huh? I'm not adding anyone.
What the frick is this? Oh.
We go over so much things, I just forget.
Alexis, chill out. You're hyper. Sit down and do math. Paper, pencil, let's go. Max, what's 3 divided by 16?
0.2.
Really? I'm shocked.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll take 2. Thank you for that clarification, Jackson. So this is perfect. I showed my fraction here, and then I made my decimal to get ready to graph. So showing the fraction and the decimal is ideal for full credit. For graphing, it makes sense just to go to the 10th because you're really just making an estimate of where your point's gonna fall. You don't need 100th to graph correctly. So this comes, and I believe you have a handout, but this comes from Thursday, Friday before spring break. Remember? I remember you even said, there's no way I'm remembering this after. So, this is not this. So Jackson, last week we practiced graphing logs. And when we graph logs, we put it in exponential form, we plugged in for y. But this is graphing an exponential function, not a log function. I gotta go to 48. I'm gonna go by 5.
Mr. Simmons calls me Sinja. I don't know if whenever Mr. Simmons at the McDonald's drive-thru, guys. I was going and I didn't see him walk in the door. Like it's just drive. Like it's backed up. Well, he was walking in the car and I didn't see him and I was like, it's next thing. Right. He's like, I'll give you
Done. I'm done. I'm ready for number 2. How'd it go? Anybody have a question? For exponential, but when you graph a log, it switches. The log is an inverse of an exponential. Yeah. There'll be one of these, and there'll be a log. Start this one.
Wait, Miss Baldwin. So like for exponential graphs, the domain is all real numbers, but for like the logarithmic ones, y is all real numbers.
They're inverse.
And they're both going to be on the test.
Yeah.
How many questions are there?
20.
I got to your I like when we have more questions so they can afford to get one.
I'd really like to move on. So, you guys want to take a picture? Because I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Oh my god, just open the door.
I'm so glad you were out there. I was about to go off on him. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Okay, thank you. Wait, stop. I don't teach this one. Where'd they go? Stop! Alexa, stop them.
Every time I look at this, you turn around and look at me. No, you were looking at me. I know, because you turned around. And when's your last game? When's your last game? I don't yeah, it's like that's just. I'll look your last one. You went to the yeah, Miss. I thought you weren't gonna ask.
Did you do anything yet? What did you do? Okay, then.
Wait, I want to read, but I'm gonna not get points.
But if you never go, there's like you get extra like accountability points at the end. It will not do anything unless you're at like a 79, you know, and like there's a chance. Like, oh man, this student never goes to the bathroom. They never have their phone out. They're always on task. They probably should get. I call on them and they answer. They don't give an attitude. They probably should get some accountability points. But if you're at a 79 and you leave for the bathroom 3 times a week and you have your phone out all the time and you're constantly off task, be like, well, they probably could have earned a higher grade if they were paying attention more. Okay, so you can go, I mean, in a 10-week period, if you go twice, I'm not going to remember that. If you go in a 10-week period and you go twice a week, like, why? We're never, like, not learning. You know, I'm never, like, taking a break. Oh, stopping that.
I missed it. Did she say anything? Yeah, I did really good.
Remember this asymptote? One thing I am right now. So look, if there's like an up 5 or down something on your graph, I'll be looking to see that your graph doesn't cross that dashed line. Because this line should technically be down here. Like I made you guys graph the parent functions a lot. So I can put this down here. Technically it would be down here, but it's been shifted up 5. So another thing about that 5. So the 5 is what creates this extra column in the table. The 5 is the dashed line, that's an asymptote. And the 5 shows up in the range as well. So that's a review of graphing.
You reviewed the rest of it, right? I'm freezing now.
Wait, can you write the question?
Alright, moving on. So after 1 and 2, I'm jumping to number 5. Yeah, no problem. What does number 5 look like? Oh.
Yes, and literally in a missing some, it had a big reaction and hard. No, but there's a weird gap. Like, did she like show it to you guys that there's like a bunch of types? One of the the front is missing. She asked me to.
Alright, these exponential growth, decay, and compounded interest. Well, you'll have 2-word problems on this. So this is from the credit card project. So you're studying a bacteria. The bacteria starts with 6,000 bacteria, so that's your A value. It's going up hourly, so it says 2 hours, so I put 2 in the time. It says after 2 hours there were 28,000, so I'm gonna put 28,000 in the result. So now we have to find the rate.
Well, don't we just do?
No, we gotta find the base. We gotta find B. No, I'm gonna put B in here.
Oh, X.
Yeah. I was like, I was a little worried.
I'm thinking like that. What's X? Because it says like something about X. Come on.
It's wanting us to write this right now. Okay? And they've given us the beginning amount. And X would be like any amount of time. They want to be able to use the formula to say, it's been 10 hours, this is as much bacteria as we have. We have to solve for B. They didn't tell us the rate of change. They didn't tell us what percent it increases each hour. So we're going to solve it by getting B alone. So divide both sides by 6,000. .6667 equals B squared. And now we'll square root. .16 equals B. So our equation is y equals the 6,000 bacteria we start with times 2.16 raised to the x. So it's going up 116%. It's more than doubling every hour. This bacteria. So this is the answer to letter A. Letter B says, how many bacteria will be expected after 4 hours? We could have spent more time on these word problems, that's for sure.
Not 1 plus 2.16. I meant no.
When you do the math like that, the 1 is already in there. So if I were to take it apart, do you follow that? I could pull a 1 out of it. 1 plus 1 makes 2, right? So this tells me that the rate increase if the problem were backwards and it said that a bacteria is increasing 116% every hour. If they told us the rate, then we would plug it in with a 1 plus growth. But they didn't tell us the rate. We're working backwards, not knowing the rate. When you work backwards, you find the base, and that base already has a 1 added into it. So you're thinking forwards, and this is talking about backwards. So after 4 hours, did you store the decimal in your calculator and just grab it?
No free trial. Oh.
That's the P.
That's like yeah, I haven't bought it. I have this.
Like on your skin. I didn't even know it's like your face. Like, make your skin smooth. No, like, why are you talking about exfoliating? Because your face is very mental. It's just.
We only did this for one day. Side note. Yep. I guess significantly amount of people peel their grapes. I mean, from time to time. Like, no, the peeler.
Are you a green or a purple grape?
Any kind of grape is fine. But...
I'll bite it with my mouth.
Yeah, that's what she means. You don't mean peel it before, like, completely remove the peel. Maybe I don't mean that. I have heard of, like, a cotton candy banana.
What? The cotton candy grapes are actually really good.
I've heard of that.
I feel like candy goes best. I'm actually very.
Does anybody have a question or want me to go back to what I just did? You want to take a picture? We only have 15 minutes left. I want to get through as many problems as possible. So, given the the model, you plug in A, X, and Y, solve for B. I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow.
What do you get out of that? What do you get out of that?
Rose said it earlier, so I thought she
You already gave me 100 for that song. That is the fourth time that you said it was homework.
Rose said it earlier, so I thought she came around to check too. Is she coming around? Is she?
I hope the next time you go to drink a soda with
Right.
I didn't bring it all the way down. I got really lazy. And it's like happy. So I took it out the river bank.
I got too many zeros. I better just make that B. Remember when you guys do you really use your calculators to 12? We did like a 7th root. I remember doing a 7th root. So if you don't have a calculator that can do this, you're gonna be up a creek tomorrow without a paddle. Up a creek without a paddle?
Oh, I thought you do whatever she
We don't need to say it like that.
Oh, yeah, that's the word. That's the first I've heard of that. I can't say
Bottom.
that. It's an inappropriate slang. There's another version of it.
I thought it was decreasing.
Miss, why you deleted it?
I had the number in the wrong place.
Oh.
So, Miss, that one plus rate always stays the same?
Yeah?
The one always stays the same?
Thank you, Autumn. Alexis, there's no shortcuts in life. Don't try to take one. Don't try to take shortcuts. No. What'd you ask me? What you really want to learn? Yeah. Don't take shortcuts. Just get a job and stick with it. Jackson, so you see how this one worked out? The base was 1.03. And this is talking about a population. So here I can see it maybe more easily that the population is increasing 3%. Like the 1 is already in the math. There's an A and a B.
And what, like, colorful markers makes it so much more fun. Because I can, like, do my graphs and, like, oh, that's it? Number one, I did it.
All right, starting number 8. So it's totally understandable if you feel like, wow, I really don't remember these problems. Starting number 8, they should be much more identifiable. Okay? So 8 is logarithm. So if you need to go back through your notebook, look at the 2 days before spring break, and then the couple of days right after, the day before we started the credit card project, that would help you with those word problems. Starting at number 8 is the logarithms. Those are going to feel a lot more current to you. Both of them are. Logarithms and before. So you might need to study the beginning of chapter 7, because that was before spring break, really. I don't know. Number 8, though, this was just like Wednesday.
No, literally.
The -2 I'm going to throw out because it would make a 0. In the argument, a logarithm always has to be greater than 0. So I'm only going to keep -1. You know what I mean? I'm only going to keep the 1. I'm going to get rid of the -2. Yeah. Yeah. You can have 2. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Miss Baldwin,
Mm-hmm.
when did we do this?
This one? Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Oh. I thought you said, like, before spring break.
No. For numbers 1 through 7. Yes. Yeah. Here. Yeah. The rule is whatever's in parentheses must be greater than 0. We'll call it B. I don't want to call it B. I don't know what to call it. I call it an argument. That has to be greater than 0. I'm going to jump to 24 real quick upon request. I signed it. Ooh, good one. Yeah. So that's going to be no solution. So if it were -1, no. It just, this can't be less than 0 after you do the math. That one can't be a negative, no. It also can't be 1. Like if x equals 1 and I put a 1 in here, I would have 2 minus 5, which would make this negative. So even if my answer is positive, it might not work. It's after you do the math in there. Okay, good. I'm going back now to number 9, a graph. This video will be up in Schoology. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. You can really only hear it if you're like right in front of it talking. When you're graphing a logarithm, you plug in for y. So in numbers 1 and 2, we plugged in for x. Switching to logarithm, you plug in for y.